Figured I'd come over here and do a show and tell video of my what I call my garage flower bed because it's on this side of the garage. It's kind of hard to see because there's some sun, but I think it's about going on 11 this in the morning right now. But so, anyways, I thought I'd come over here and look around, check things out, and see how things look after being beat up from the storms and the rain that we've had. And so I think it looks pretty good. This flower bed's I started this flower bed, I guess, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago. I really couldn't say. But it's been all it was just all this part up here is just yard, basically. That's it, just yard. So anyways, here we go. Some stuff like my hostas, some of the bee balm, and these I transplanted from my front flower bed, what I call my front flower bed. These are I think Penistums or something. I can never remember. This variety is a Cornhuskers Red. There's another variety where it's more of a bright green, and the flowers are pink. But this one's, because I don't know if you can see, it's certain light. The leaves kind of they got that kind of a maroon vein into them, and actually a little bit of a tint red. They always bloom in May. But these will actually seed. Once the flowers are done, it'll leave little maroon colored seed pods, which are kind of neat looking. And they'll seed. Not too bad though. It's not anything that's aggressive or nothing like that. So it's actually pretty good. You never know where you get one that'll pop up, so they just don't go crazy like some stuff, like my black-eyed Susans that I've had. And you see, I put these over here a couple years ago, and they really took off. And here's one right there. I did have rocks in this part here, like those bags of rocks you can get like at Lowe's and stuff. But that didn't do too good. So it let too many weeds and stuff grow, so I just put mulch. I put mulch over here. Of course, I got my little rock wall puts to help, because this is on a slope. This whole side's on a slope. It's flat up there by the garage, and then it's pretty good slope. So when these are beginning to bloom, this is a Speedwell. I think this is called Veronica. I don't know, but I bought 3 a few years ago, and the one, it struggles. It's smaller than the other 2, but they're awfully pretty when they start blooming. They're just beginning to put out little spiky things, but they get real tall. These right here, they get really long and just keep blooming and blooming. It's not opened up just yet, but there's Kinsley nosing around. And this is a coneflower. It's orange, or like a lot of people call it, the technical name of the echinaceas. You can buy that on the vitamin aisle. But a lot of times with coneflowers, they'll kind of go back to their original color, which is kind of a pink color. And these are like a sunset orange color. So we'll see. So far they've stayed orange. They're not blooming yet, but it'd be nice if they stay orange. I'll stay down here for this minute, and then like right 1, 2, there's the third. There's 3 blueberry bushes, and I bought back this fall or sometime, I bought a big thing of peat moss from Lowe's, because I know blueberries like acidic dirt, supposed to. So I mulch and then put peat moss around, and hopefully, over time it'll break down. But I had to put the logs there there's a long one there, kind of, because it's a pretty good slope. It helped, because when it rains, it wants to wash. There's a big shrub and it washes, all the water comes down this way. So I didn't want, over time, I didn't want the roots to start getting, the dirt washed away from, the base of the blueberries. I think they had more blueberries last year. There's another blueberry bush on the other side of the house. She could lay down over there. But there's a few blueberries over here. There's a lot of chipmunks over here, so we'll see what we end up with. They're not nowhere near ready to eat. They're still green. And that whole plant right there is a plant that I dug up off down there by the gate on the driveway. It's not a native plant to North America. I never knew what it was. It's just one of my books I have, but it puts out some real pretty kind of a cluster flowers of white. It's called, the common name is, I guess it says bouncing bet, but it's done really good over here. It keeps getting bigger. So that'll be pretty when it starts to bloom. Of course, this is, I kind of made like a little creek bed, a little dry creek bed. And it runs, you can tell, a lot of wash and stuff. So I need to put some more rocks down through here. I'm going to pull a few weeds. So you can tell it kind of really washes. I had a canna here last year, a canna lily, and it actually, I've never had them to come back. This one, part of it made it. It's trying to grow. And my butterfly weed's starting to bloom. I like butterfly weed. The orange is really pretty. It's doing really good right there too. You can see it goes up that way, and then right there you can see the gutter right there, and then there's one of those connector tube type things, and then it comes out right there, and I put rocks and stuff. So it washes, the rain washes through here, but I put old shower curtain liners, a couple of them right there, helped, keep the weeds out. Just what I had, but it still wants to wash down this, keep switching hands. It still wants to kind of run down this way, so, but it's on a slope, so it slopes and then it kind of angles. But anyways, let's see if I can get over here. And all this right here, this stuff through here is, some of it is like, this is the sweet mint, and then this stuff here is chocolate mint. I bought it a few years ago, and I just put it over here just to, plant something, and lo and behold, it's a perennial and it comes back. I know the chocolate mint really spreads. I could see that it would be kind of aggressive if you let it, but it's really easy to just pull up. So each one will make a runner. You see it's kind of spreading out here, but then it's up through here. But I figure I'm going to leave it in this spot right here, because this is a steep part right here. So I figure it'll probably help hold, it won't wash the mulch and stuff, and mulch is hard to get over here because, the fence and stuff, it's hard to, can't just roll the wheelbarrow or anything up in here and just dump it. So I have to take the wheelbarrow, and he bought me a little cart from Lowe's, which one of them little 4-wheel carts, which that's made everything a lot easier. And so I just have to bring it over here, and what I do is I take a 5-gallon bucket and fill it, and then step over the fence and then put it where I need it. I just basically put it around the plants. That's my main goal, is just kind of keep it around the plants. But yeah, it's sweet mint. They both, the sweet mint and the chocolate mint, puts out little blooms. So I kind of like that it comes back. I didn't figure any kind of herbs and stuff would, Sorry, I'm seeing weeds. I'm pulling weeds. Anyway, so this is a rose bush. I planted this probably a couple months ago, I guess. It's a yellow one. I think it's an iceberg, which is like my yellow one on the side over there, but it was all bloomed out really pretty. And what I just liked about this one, I discovered it's going to have some really big rose hips. Those will be really pretty. They'll turn like an orangey red. But yeah, it's got a bud right here. So that's done a lot of growing, and this one's been here. This white one has been here for a few years now. It was so bloomed out, so pretty. Like, I don't know, a few weeks ago. And I sure figure it'll probably bloom out again, but it's just all solid white. It's some of them, but they were kind of beat up now from the rain. But oh, it was so pretty over here, just full of white blooms. But it's getting some size to it. I've pruned it a little bit to help, and I put this over here to help it stand up because it was all leaned, draping over my rocks here, and I didn't want it to do that, so I tried to give it some support with one of these. Let's step over here. Oh, Kinsley, you still laying there, girl? So we got some blueberries. Yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3. We got a pretty good bit of blueberries. Hopefully the chipmunks won't get them. I don't see a whole awful lot on this one, unless I see one. Unless the birds have been picking them, which is possible. I mean, what are you gonna do? Oh, here's a few. These three are all the same kind of blueberry. I don't know what it is, of course, but the other one on the side over there is a different variety. I still see some, but this just got a decent amount. Let's see, there's a butterfly bush. This one's one I've had for a long time, and a lot of my butterfly bushes are ones I have them from a seed. Of course, you can't buy those no more, I don't think. Look at those clouds. Look how blue the sky is today. Had some really bad storms last night and a lot of rain this weekend, and so it's nice to have some sun, and it's muggy, not as muggy. But yeah, so here's the sweet mint. This one over here by itself, it's kind of made like a little bush. And the monkey grass. My guacamole hostas that I've had forever. These are the ones that I transplanted from the front flower bed. I lost one. It was right here because somehow a little varmint, I don't know if it's voles or shrews or whatever you want to call them. Holes in the beginning of the spring, just as everything was just starting to come out of the ground, there was little holes all around the hostas that I was like, great, they're not going to do good. But the one was really chewed up, so you could tell it was. So I just yanked it out of the ground, which is fine, left me an open spot. But yeah, these guacamoles, they put out some big old leaves, pretty flowers, big flowers. Oh, I see a slug. To kill that thing. Is that a slug? What is that? Oh, it's a baby snail. Sorry, distracting. And the big old white flowers that smell exactly like honeysuckles. Some more of the monkey grass. And this is a daylily. It's an orange one. I think this is the one that I bought. It was screaming orange or something. It's got some big orange flowers. And this I just planted this year too. It's a shrub. It's barberry. I've seen them all the time. You see a lot of businesses and stuff planting stuff around there, for like landscaping and stuff. But this variety, I forget what they call this variety, but I just Look at the colors. You know, that kind of lime green down in there, and then it's got little thorns. Surprisingly, it's kind of thorny. Let's see. Very sharp little thorns all along the little limbs there, but I just think that's just so pretty. And it'll still be. It was really small when I. Oops, I stepped on something. Small when I planted it, so it takes still be a while to make a big plant, but it's beginning to fill out, just beginning to start to bloom. This was white. I have pink in my front flower bed that's been there for years, and it's about to be a cloud of pink over there. And those, I believe, these are all those ditch lilies that I dug up. Those ones that just come, they just kind of wild. They call them ditch lilies, just beginning to. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be really pretty. And there's some more monkey grass. I may have to move that monkey grass and get out of the sun. May have to move this monkey grass. It's already spreading. I can see more ditch lilies coming up. Yeah, I'll have to move this one. It's no big deal. I could put it right there. It would be a good spot to move it. And then there's just some kind of sporadic bee balm. Like this is a bee balm here. This one is inland sea oats grasses. It seeds, so it's just I just kind of pull it where I don't want it. And this is a volunteer plant. They're native. I think it's called a wing stem. They won't bloom till the very end of summertime, and it puts out like a yellow, kind of a daisy looking little flower. And there's the coral bells, or some people goes like, let's get down here, like Jess on her YouTube channel. She calls them the heucheras. They are a really neat plant. I mean, mostly this is a common name. I just call them coral bells just because of I don't know if that's going to focus or not, but little bell, like little flowers. I think the flowers are actually pretty. But mainly you get these coral bells for their leaves. It's actually a native plant, but native, they're not going to be colored like this. They're going to be just green and different. But this one is a wild berry. I mean, you just see how purple that is. Hopefully it'll show up. And this one is purple, but it's got a little bit more silver in it. And then this one is definitely silvery, and the backs are purple. Oh, got a little cloud coming over. But very, very pretty. They are really pretty. And I got some, we have to move this too. This is a purple heart. And it's trying to come in, but look like it's not doing too good. Might have to move it. Probably needs a little bit more sun. It's going to get crowded out by these ditch lilies. Let's look how massive they've gotten. It sure is going to be pretty though. Oh, and here's some more, of course. I always thought they was pretty, and I always wanted some, and I got some, and probably gonna. May have to need a little bit of controlling. Let's see. I'm gonna get back up here. Try and get out of the sun a little bit. Whee. It's nice in the shade, though. Let's see. There's a Christmas tree fern that's been there, but I probably need to move it. I don't know. I'll just probably leave it. Oh. Kinsley laying over there. She's laying on. I put some old rugs that it's a bad spot right there because it never gets any sun just because of that shrub right there. So it just stays muddy, through winter, summer, whatever. So old rugs that I don't, I keep. So I was like, well, I just put them out over here. It looks kind of, doesn't look all that great. She's got that one all scratched up, but try to help keep down on the mud a little bit. But probably what I should do is get some of that fake, what do you call AstroTurf grass, and buy a big section of it and maybe tack it down somehow. I don't know if how well that would hold up, but so she's not laying on the dirt. She's laying on a rug actually. But yeah, there's some of those. I can't get over there. Well, I can, but let's see here. Right there's one of the ferns. I mean, hostas that you gave me. That's a pretty good size one right there. And all these over here, of course, they seeded. Of course, you know how they like to seed. So those just kind of volunteered themselves there. But just look at the size of that leaf. The other Christmas tree fern, it's kind of not doing too hot, but it's okay. I'm not really worried about it. And this is I think this is called an August fern. I can never really keep this name straight. I think it's an August fern, but a lot of the new growth comes out and looks that kind of coppery color. It's a nice little fern. And then these two plants are the two plants I bought from that nursery in Paris last fall. And if this one, don't ask me the names of them. I keep the tags, but I know it likes shade and moisture, so this was a good spot. But I think it's about a month ago. It was all the little flowers. Of course, this is it was just covered in pink and blue flowers. Just neat. The leaves are pretty neat looking too. It's definitely gotten bigger. And this is also, it was bloomed out really pretty. All these little fuzzies, just barely leftovers, but just fuzzy little flowers. And then, like I said, the leaves are interesting. And so they've both come back and done really good. And some more guacamoles. A couple Christmas tree ferns, some of that grass, and then this is a fern that I planted a while back, and it's getting some size to it. Looks another August fern there. Sorry if there's a boat trailer in the way. It's down there with our canoe on it, so I've got some. Anyways. This one, that, all this right here, foxes. And this is going to be something, going to be really pretty too when they start blooming. And this is the Indian pink. It's a native plant to North America, and got these off down there at the road at the front of the property. On the edge, that's where they're blooming. So yeah, they're just not like the fire pink, which blooms way early in the spring, but this is called Indian pink. Of course, you know the hummingbirds like it, but it's really pretty. And some little volunteers. So a lot of places I don't have mulch, but this dirt over here stays really, really moist. Another guacamole, naturally. I had those clumps that they were up there in the front flower bed. Some of the first hostas I planted when we moved here, when we built the house, and over time they just, the clumps just got bigger and bigger and bigger. I had, I think, 3 different hostas. Guacamole and some other 2 types, I don't know what kind, but so they just got too massive. And plus they got a lot more sun over there. So we, when I started working on this flower bed, moved them over here. And boy, you talk about a job getting them up. So I divided them. So that's how come I have so many. But Arlo's over there barking. But humongous leaves. probably have to, oh yeah, we'll walk around here. And then this fern, but you can this clump is getting some, yeah, getting really big. And all these ferns right here, like I said, over here, this was just all yard. And I always see them try to come up, something would grow. I was like, oh, look, it's got some kind of fern. I had no idea what it was, but of course they'd always get mowed down. Well, now that I have a flower bed, they can, you know, they can grow and do what they want to. And this is called a sensitive fern. And they've spread quite a bit, so they're gonna filled in this space pretty good. So it's a native fern, and so I think, you know, it's this dirt really holds a lot of moisture over here. And it gets like a mix of sun, like, you know, the edge would get more sun, where back here it'd be more shade. But yeah, they're really starting to spread, which is fine. I can pull them up where I don't want them to get, you know, I don't want them to take over my whole spot here. And then this thing, look at this. I wish I could remember the name. If I look it up when I put this, I'll put it on there. Not that it really matters, but I think it's something dragon in it, because it looks like dragon wings, if you were to kind of imagine how it, anyways. But this is the bloom here. Hopefully that's focusing. You can see a little. And then what will happen is those inside there, eventually it takes all summer long, this plant will die down. There'll be just a big, like a golf ball size cluster of just the reddest berries, and that's how it seeds. But this was the main, I see some little small babies down in there, but this is the main one that I moved. It used to be over the side of the yard along the wood edge. It's gotten really tall, and it's just a neat little plant. It's a native plant. I'll put the name in there, but a little Christmas tree fern is gonna. I like Christmas tree ferns. They're more of a tougher, not delicate kind of a fern, and I probably have to come up here and do some thinning. And then this is another one of those original hostas, but this one's getting. Ooh, there was two side by side. And something I suspect slugs. I don't know what it was, but it would just get eat down by some kind of bug. But not this one. I don't know. I hope it don't ever happen. But if it does, then I can plant something else. But I don't know. This whole spread here, it's probably got a easy 4-foot diameter. The leaves are not quite as big, but it puts out kind of a light purple, pretty flower too. Yeah, I need to come over here, and I don't get down here on this side much. There's some bee balm coming in. This is from my other flower bed, and this is another plant that I put over here. It's a native, some type of a mint. It's like, I think it's called Snow in the Mountain. Can't remember, but it's, you know. So let me step out of here. The dogs are all outside. McKenna's up there sassing everybody. Sorry, this is long. I didn't mean to. This is another rose bush. It's the same type, but this one's two colors, and like I said, it was all bloomed out pretty. It's white, and here's some actually bloom, white and this color mixed. This is an iceberg, which is a variety, I think a little bit more tougher. They actually have a little bit of smell. I got it propped up too to help it stand up, but pretty easy rose, to not fussy or picky. Then I got a butterfly bush there. It's one of my original ones. It's a light purple color. And then this is that It's a hydrangea, but I don't. It's the one like on Jess's videos or on her channel. It's got them big white flowers. It's not a snowball, but you know what I'm talking about. And I can't remember the name. PG something other, but it's really getting big. So I think it's gonna be pretty this year. And this is a little shrub I bought last year. Doesn't get very tall, but it, you know, stays kind of low. Step over here. And this was blooming. It's a elderberry. I think I got pictures of it, but I got it a couple years ago. I had a green version and this purpley. And it's supposed to put out berries, but all the blooms didn't put out no berries, so I don't know why, but blooms were awful pretty. It's kind of a lacy looking, and a grapevine up there, but yeah, that's, I get a little bit of shade from a little passing cloud for a second. So that's my garage flower bed, what I call my garage, because it's on the side of the garage. So a lot of hard work over here. Well, they've all been hard work. I lived here, built this house almost 20 years ago. I think this Christmas will be 20, I think. So, lots of hard work, but it's worth it because it's pretty. So now all that's the hard part's done. So now you just kind of sit back and just kind of maintain and check in on it and take out what's not doing good and add something else. So, not all rocks and stuff are all rocks that's from around here. I mean, except for that stuff from bagged rocks from Lowe's, but oh, it feels good in the shade over here. So, somebody's mowing grass. The grass is gonna grow like crazy now, all the rain that we've had. Just look how green. Well, it concludes the garage flower bed tour. Breeze feels nice, really nice in the shade. There's the backyard. Kinsley, you still laying over there, girl? Kinsley, 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 girl. Alrighty, well, I shall get off here, get on with my day, and so I shall get off here and I will talk to you later. So another exciting video later. Oh, I hear a bird. Probably hard to hear over the mower over there. But anyways, bye-bye.